In the last class, we were discussing about this one. Okay, so how to convert a block diagram into signal flow graph. So do you have any doubt in this one? This particular process of conversion from a block diagram to signal flow graph. So I just explain this in a very brief way. Okay, so you can see that the upper side you can see the block diagram. Yeah. So those who have a doubt, I'll just brief out for 2 minutes. You just see it. In the upper side, we have a block diagram. Okay, so in the block diagram, what exactly it happens? So the summing points and nodes. Okay, summing points and the takeoff points are there. So those summing points and takeoff point, yeah, those summing points and takeoff points can be considered as nodes. Okay, so here node number 1, 2, 3, 4 you can see in the block diagram where exactly we have made is 1, 2, 3 is the summing points. Okay, the 4 is what the takeoff point, and 5 is takeoff point, and 6 is summing point, and 7 is takeoff point. Okay, so now all these things are put together if here. So it is summing points are 1, 2, 3. So here the takeoff point is 4 and 5, and summing point is 6 and takeoff point is 7. So togetherly all these points are termed as what? Nodes. Okay. So when this particular all these things are considered as nodes, so we can see that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this one is C. Okay. So now after we understanding this one, we have to write this particular nodes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nodes we are written. So after and before this particular node, so there is a R and there is a C. So when there is R, when there is a C, what exactly happens is, so here from R, okay, to 1, so it is the summing point is 1. What do you call for that? From R to 1, so if it is there, so the value of the branch we are going to consider. So since between R and 1 node, there is no point, only the connection is there. So when only the connection is there, we can consider that particular gain value as 1. So from node 1 to 2, so we can say that it is, once again, there is only connection, so we call it as 1, the gain is 1. So when you see that particular thing that is 2 to 3, so there is a G1, from 2 to 3 there is a G1, okay. So from that particular 2 to 3 there is a G1, so you can see that that particular gain G1 is considered as a branch value G1. So now from 3 to 4, okay, from 3 to 4 it is 1. From 3 to 4 it is 1. Why? Because from 3 to 4 there is nothing is there, so we call it as 1. So from 4 to 5 it is G2. From 4 to 5 it is G2. So from 5 to 6 it is G3. From 5 to 6 it is G3. So from 6 to 7 it is once again 1. From 6 to 7 it is once again 1. The value is 1. Okay. So it's like that we are going to write it. From when you see that the node 4 and the node 6, between node 4 and node 6 there is another node that is called what? G4. There is another node called as what? G4. There is another node called as what? G4. So later you can see that another gain value G4, branch value we have taken here. So here the block value is G4, that will called as what? That particular G4 is called as what? Gain, and we consider from 4 to 6 it is G4. Similarly, from node 3 to node 7 there is a H2. Okay, so that particular H2 you can see here. So here writing mistake I have done, minus H2 I should have written. I written minus H1. Please make a correction of it. Why it is minus H2? Because the connection is minus here. You can see the summing point minus is there. So that is why here in the signal flow graph we don't represent minus or plus sign in the node. So we represent with respect to the values only. So that is why minus into H2 is minus H2. So here on the right side you can see that the minus H1 is there. No? So that you make it as minus H1. Sorry, H1 is there. You make it as minus H2. So next is what? From 2 to 5. Okay, from 2 to 5. So you make it as minus H1. 2 to 5 is minus H1. And here what exactly happens? From 7 to 1. So here it is like minus 1. Okay. So why? Because the only connection is there and only sign is minus. That is why we are considered as minus 1. Okay. So you please consider all those things into consideration. So now this is how exactly we're going to do it. Okay, so do you have any doubt in this one? Any one of you? So I guess no doubt. Okay, so after that we have same. So once you obtain the signal flow graph, so what we can do is we can do like a forward path and forward path gain. It is P1, P2. So next thing is what individual loop and loop gains. That is L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. So we can do it. And there are no non-touching loops which are there. So later we can find out the determinant delta value. And step 5, so here we can say that we form delta k by eliminating the loop gains that touch the kth forward path. So that is the delta 1 and delta 2 value we can find out. So once you find out all these things, we can find out the C by R. Okay. So now this is the next numerical. So please take down find C by R by using Mason's gain formula. Okay. So please take down the diagram. Once you take the block diagram, please let me know. So please take on the block diagram and tell me that when you complete that block diagram. Have you all taken the diagram?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now once you take the diagram, let us first, what is the first step? Let us give the numbers. Okay, write down. Once again, write the diagram. Let us give the numbers to takeoff points and summing points in the original block diagram. Let us give the numbers to takeoff points and summing points in the original block diagram. So let us give the numbers to takeoff points and summing points in the original block diagram. So here from the beginning, when you are talking about, we can find that one after R, there is a takeoff point. We call it as number 1. And later the second is summing point, the number 2. So next is after G1, one takeoff point is there. So that is correspond number 3. So after G3, there is a summing point, that is at 0.4. And the next one is what? 0.5. Okay. So after that, in the second row, we can see that between H2 and G4, there is a summing point. We call that as 6, number 6. So here takeoff point also and summing point also, both should be seen in the same fashion as a node. Okay. So that is why we will giving the numbering. We will give the numbers normally. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So once you give the number, okay, once again I want you to write the block diagram and give the numbering. So once you've done it, so from the beginning R to C, so you just write the numbers correspondingly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and below the second row it is 6, so you mark somewhere near to that, what is 6. So after that, give the correct connections as per the observation. Okay. So do you have any doubt in this particular block diagram conversion to a signal flow graph?
No, sir.
Okay, have you completed this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how many have you completed? I'll give another 2 minutes. Those who are not completed also, please complete it. And those who completed this one, you please carry on solving the Massachusetts formula, this one, okay?
Completed, sir.
Okay. So now after we understanding this one, okay? So we can apply the mass and gain formula to find the, see now. So once the signal flow graph has been framed, okay, so that will act as a numerical, that will act as a problem. So for that particular signal flow graph, we need to apply the mass and gain formula. In order to apply the mass and gain formula, so we must see that how many forward paths are there, okay, forward path. So now how many forward paths are there in the block diagram? Sorry, in the signal flow graph? Can anyone tell me? I should start from R and I should reach at C. So between R and C, okay,
One,
from
sir.
R and C, I should from R and C, I should travel. So to travel, what are the branches and what are the branch gain which supports me? What are the ways I can go?
Only one way, sir.
Only one way, are you sure? Which is that way?
G1, G3.
Okay, you are telling that from R to that is 1 into 1 into G1 into G3 into 1 into 1, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you just see, I will tell you another way. Can we go like 1 into G1 into G2 into 1 into 1? Can we go like that? Can we go or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So another one path is there, sir.
Yeah, which is that?
1 into 1, G1, G2, 1 into 1.
Correct. So two paths you found out. I will tell another path is there. Can you see? So did you find any other paths?
No, sir.
Can we go like this? 1 into
No, sir.
G4, 1 into minus G4 into minus H2 into G1 into G3 into 1 into 1. Can we go like that?
Yes, sir.
That is another path. I will tell you another path also. 1 into minus G4 minus H2 G1 G2 1 into 1. Can you go like that also?
Yes, sir.
So now tell me how many paths are there? How many paths are there? 4 paths are there, right?
Yes, sir. 4 paths.
Four paths are there. So once we write the 4 paths, so we have to write the path gain also. Okay. So you write it down, all of you. Paths and forward paths and path gains. There are 4 forward paths and with the path gains given by. So P1 equal to what? 1 into 1 into G1, G3 into 1 into 1. So finally the value will be equal to what? G1, G3. Similarly, the P2 value, the path 2. So it is 1 into 1, G1, G2, 1 into 1 equal to G1 into G2. Okay. So P3. So P3 is what? 1 into minus G4 into minus H2 into G1 into G3 into 1 into 1. So it will be what? Minus will become plus. It will become G1, G3, G4 into H2. G1, G1, G3, G4 into H2. Similarly, path 4. So when I am talking about the path 4, it will be what? 1 into minus G4 into minus H2 into G1 into G2 into 1 into 1. So that is what exactly called as what? G4 H2 G1 G2, or I can say that G1 G2 G4 H2. In order also you can write. So is that clear, all of you?
Cleared, sir.
So how many loops are there now?
Sir, 4.
4 loops are there, but what are the 4 loops?
G1, G3.
G1, G3.
So 1 minus G4 minus H2 and 2 minus H1 5. 1 minus G4 minus H1 5.
Okay. So 2 loops we have found out. Okay. So you can see that G1, G3, 1 into minus H1 into minus H2. So G1, G3, H1, H2. G1, G3, H1, H2. So minus into minus plus will become minus H1, H2, it will come. Okay. So another loop, if you are seeing, so it is G1, G2, okay, into 1 into minus H1, H2. So G1, 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 G2, H1, H2 is another loop. Okay. Is it clear? Any other loop is there apart from these 2 loops? Please tell me. So if you feel that any other loop is there, I will give a clarification to it.
So minus G4 minus H1. That path.
Minus G4. See, from where I should start? From which point? Point number 6 I should start or what?
Sir, 1 to point number 6, then 0.5.
So, okay, 1 to point number 6 I will come. Next, how can I go to point number 5? So there is no direction because H1 is coming in, minus H1 is coming in a reverse direction. G4 going in from left to right. H1 is coming from right to left. Can we consider?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
No, we cannot consider. So loop means what? One particular circle shape. I should start and I should come in a proper direction. Okay. So it is not like a loop and all. Okay. So it is not like just a structure. Direction also is a matter. So if I go from G1 to G4, fine. I'll go from 1 to this one node number 1 to node number 6. I'll go. That is not a problem. So from node number 6, I should go to only the node numbers 2. I cannot go to node numbers 5. Why? Because when you're talking about minus H1, minus Hy is coming in the reverse direction. I should move further only. I cannot come back. Correct? No, I cannot go in the opposite direction. It is like a one way. Correct? So if I go to 6 to 2, okay, node number 6 to node number 2, if I go, so there what exactly happens? I should go to only the node number 3. Sorry, oh yes, node number 3. Node number 3 to node number 4. Node number 4 to node number 5. From node number 5 to minus what you call for that 6 only I can come back. But I started from where? I started from node number 1. I cannot go get a way to go to node number 1 once again. So in that way I can start with the node number 6 only. So if I start from node number 6 to node number 2, node number 2 to node number 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, that is proper. But that particular loop we already taken as a loop number 1. So we started with node number 2, node number 3 we came. So next is what? Node number 4, 5 and 6 and 2, correct?
Yes, sir.
So now we can take that. Anyone is having any doubt in this particular loop concept? Anybody got any extra loops?
Yes, sir. Only 2 loops.
Okay. So once we found that there are only 2 loops, so we can write that particular loops as L1, L2. So L1 is what? G1, G3, 1 into minus h1 minus h2. So it is g1, g3, h1, h2. So L2 is what? G1, G2, 1 into minus h1 minus h2. So that is equal to g1, g2, h1, h2. So only thing is, only difference is, so one time we are going with g1, g3. Second time we are going with g1, g2. That's all. Is it clear? So once you
Yes, sir.
take that particular two loops, when you see that non-touching loop concept, both are touching each other, correct? Because both are following the same path only. Only one gain difference value is there, so there are no concept of non-touching loops will come into picture. You can make a note of it. Step number 3, there are no non-touching loops.
Yes.
Okay, next we have to find the determinant of the signal flow graph. So what is the determinant of signal flow graph? So delta will be equal to 1 minus summation of all loops plus summation of non-touching loops taken two at a time and all. So here the summation of non-touching loops will not come into picture. So the equation remains like 1 minus summation of all individual loops. So it is 1 minus L1 in plus L2. Is a clear that delta is equal to 1 minus L1 plus L2. Determinant of signal flow graph is delta, that is equal to 1 minus L1 plus L2. So once we found that delta, so we need to form a delta k. So delta k will be framed based on number of forward paths. So how many forward paths are there? 4 forward paths are there. When the 4 forward paths are there, the k value ranges from 1 to 4. Correct? So delta 1 will be equal to, okay. So now here we need to eliminate the loops which touch the forward path. So you please make a note of this one. Delta 1, delta 2, delta 3, delta 4. All will become 1, 1, 1, 1. So P1, P2, P3, 4, P4. That is C by R will be equal to what? P1 delta 1 plus P2 delta 2 plus P3 delta 3 plus P4 delta 4 divided by delta. Completed this one, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is it clear to you, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today homework, you please take down for the block diagram shown below. Find C by R using Masson gain formula. So have you taken this one?
Yes, sir.
So you can all leave the class, okay? So to see you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.